going to be making a quiche that uses some techniques and ingredient combinations that I've seen recently on some cooking shows and thought recombining them this way would be interesting. First, I have just over a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast that I've chopped up into about 1.5 to 2 inch size chunks. Next, I have about 5 cloves of garlic. I'm feeling lazy tonight, so I'm just going to use my garlic press. Next, I'm going to use some fresh ginger. I'm just going to chop off a good sized chunk, take my microplane, and just grate the ginger down. That's going to give us a good 3 tablespoons or so of grated ginger. I want to take a good teaspoon or so of dry thyme, tablespoon or so of olive oil, juice of 1 lime, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Then we just want to give that a good mix to be sure everything's incorporated. Here's the chicken. We're going to set it aside and let it marinate for a few minutes while we put together the crust. So for the crust, I'm going to take a 1 pound bag of frozen hash browns, spoons of olive oil, salt, about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Give it a good mix to be sure everything's coated in the oil and seasonings. And put it all into a large casserole dish. Spread this out into an even layer, and then you want to press it and compact it as much as you can. If you can work it up the sides of the pan a little bit, so much the better. This is going to go into a 400-degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes, basically until the potatoes are cooked through and browned around the edges. Now we're ready to cook the chicken. It's only been marinating for maybe 10 minutes, just as I put together the crust. And that's all it needs. Remember, you've got that lime juice in there. You don't want it to start making the outsides of the chicken tough. So I have my skillet heating over medium heat. Once the skillet is hot, we'll just dump in the chicken, marinade and all. You don't need to add any oil to the pot really, because there's plenty in the marinade. So we're going to let the chicken brown and cook through, stirring it occasionally just to make sure nothing burns. And once the chicken is cooked, you want to take it off the heat and let it come back to room temperature. I checked the crust after 30 minutes and it wasn't quite ready, so I let it go another 10. Beautifully golden around the edges. I'm just going to let this set and cool because I don't want to put the eggs in while it's screaming hot. Also, I'm going to drop the oven temperature to about 325. I've let the crust cool for about 20 minutes. Now I think we're ready to get started finishing up here. First, I have 6 eggs. I'm just going to crack them all into a bowl. Then I want to just mix them up really well. Get the yolks and whites all broken up. So now it's time to start assembling it. I have maybe a cup of fresh spinach leaves that I've washed and dried. You basically just want to get them in there and spread out into an even layer along the bottom. Next, add the chicken, spread as evenly as you can. Then I have 1 can of baby corn, and then I have about 3 tablespoons of chopped fresh chives. Next, take your eggs and pour them over the whole mixture, and then just add a handful of shredded cheese over the top. And then this is going to go into a 325-degree oven. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes, and this is looking fantastic. I'm going to let this cool a bit before I even think about digging into it, but I hope you get a chance to try it. Thanks. We'll see you next time.